Yes, what you all are about to see is a clip from Joseph Bourne. I think it's very, very important if you live up north in Canada to watch this clip to understand what he is saying. If you do not know what's going on in the UK, if you don't like what's going on in the UK, well, Canada's about to follow suit, and you really, really need to be paying attention to what is going on right now. Now, I'm going to show some of the clip and add some commentary to it, but please go give Joseph a follow, as he is someone who is trying to make his country better, and I respect him for it.
To decide what the truth is, because the government of Canada is creating its own Ministry of Truth. According to an Access to Information request, a memo from Melanie Joly's Department of Industry says they're considering legal action against users on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and other social media sites that are spreading what they believe is misleading information, with the goal of upholding public trust in the government. Yeah, because the best way to build trust is to sue the people that you don't agree with.
Yeah, so now you might see why this is such a big deal. Again, if you've been following anything that's been going on in the UK, then you know how big of a deal this is, how dangerous this is. People are getting arrested for sharing posts, making posts, if the government doesn't agree with it. And that's the exact direction that we are heading in now and will be heading into. It's horrible. So you share a Facebook post and the government says, hey, we don't like it, straight to jail.
They put you in jail right away.
I find it interesting that this is coming out after the Media Ecosystem Observatory released a study called Conspiratorial Claims and Institutional Distrust in Canada's Online Ecosystem, where they documented so-called misleading conspiracy theories that are circulating the internet, including public health threats like COVID-19 being used to advance authoritarian control over the population, and the vaccine being a bioweapon to increase sterilization, gender indoctrination by schools without parental consent, promoting radical gender ideology on impressionable minds.
Yeah, that's absolutely crazy. So now I can go back home and visit family in Canada and go to jail just because I think COVID was a government overreach, and that there is proof of this gender being pushed, because a father in BC went to jail because he refused to get his daughter a transition. Because they were transitioning his daughter without his knowledge, he stepped in, boom, he went to jail. There's proof of that. And now you can be arrested in Canada for talking about it. It's insane.
Media elite collusion, suggesting that the media is controlled to manipulate the population. Who would have thought of that? Election fraud, suggesting that voting counts are faked and we don't actually pick who gets into power. The deep state, meaning a secretive group that controls the country from behind the scenes. Also, digital ID is being used by the government to secretly control all of us. The wildfires are caused intentionally to advance the eco agenda, and that climate change is just a hoax and environmental data is faked to expand government control. So, if you speak out about any of these topics, and there are probably a ton more, I suspect you'll have a lawsuit on your hands soon. The Liberal government has a majority, so it would be very easy for them to pass laws against talking about this stuff and start handing out lawsuits to Canadians that are simply interacting on and sharing these posts. I mean, the study even includes which accounts were posting about these narratives and how many interactions they were getting on their posts.
That's insane. First, the government overreaches and they import voters, changing the Canadian landscape altogether. Again, I fight for North America, but I do have to put on this voice to help hide my identity, because as you can see, things are getting so crazy. They already have your information. They know if you're talking about this stuff, if you're sharing it, and how much engagement you're already getting. They're coming for you if this passes. It's there. They have the information. It's a surveillance state. It's insane.
The government also has a bill that they just passed called Bill C-22, the Lawful Access Law, that allows the government to spy on and get our data from social media sites if they believe that they're investigating a crime. Now all they have to do is make spreading what they deem as misinformation a crime, and we'll all be in jail by Monday. In 1984, Winston worked at the Ministry of Truth, and that's exactly what the Liberals are creating. He who controls the past controls the future. He who controls the present controls the past.
Yeah, so this isn't just a danger with misinformation. If they label it hate speech, you're going to go to jail too. They're going to investigate you. So as you see, if they think that something is illegal, so hate speech or misinformation, then they can investigate all your social media, see exactly what you say, what you shared, what you liked. And if you don't think this is an issue, just look at what happens in the UK. There's been people that went to jail for liking posts. It's been that simple. It's extremely dangerous. It's a big overreach, and you need to be careful. Anyways, I have a ton of respect for Joseph. Right now, it's dangerous to be speaking out the way he is because the laws are changing and he could go to jail. And it would be sad to see. Worst part is you can hear him talk about the community, because he promotes conservative ideologies. Black liberals tend to be against him and give him a very hard time. He gets death threats in his DMs. I think he's a very brave young man for what he does and what he says, and I think he's a patriot and he should be very proud of himself. Please be careful, and I mean that from the kindness of my heart, not to stop speaking, but be careful because we need voices like you, Joseph. So please go follow him on Instagram. That's where he's the most prominent, I find, and I got a lot of love for him. So go follow him if you want to make North America a better place.